Don't miss 50 free Dragon Stones. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the 50th World Tournament on Global Dokkan. This is the last tournament we're going to have before Global Dokkan's 9th anniversary, and you can get yourself 50 Dragon Stones for participating and grinding it out. I know it's everybody's least favorite thing to do, but hey, that's a full multi on one of the anniversary banners. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop in, and we're gonna start by taking a look at the units available, right? The main draw of this world tournament. Now, unfortunately, the Dokkan Wiki has not updated to the most recent world tournament info on global, and this is listed as actually the 51st, but for us it's the 50th. So we'll use this page as a jumping off point for the missions to talk about how you can get those stones, but just know that the characters you'll be receiving from the mission are different. Speaking of, right, starting with the first of the characters that you can receive for the mission, we have the Super Saiyan Teen Gohan. High School Gohan is getting his EZA during this world tournament, and I definitely think you should grind out the world tournament for at the minimum his medals and get yourself 2 copies of this guy, because he is wild. He's a great free-to-play unit, solid option for the Super Saiyans team as well as the Majin Buu Saga team, to be completely honest, right? He is greatly raising attack and raising defense for the turn on his super attack with a medium chance of stunning. He also has 158% attack and defense. He has an additional attack and defense 58% when performing his super attack, and he reduces damage received by 58%. He gives superclass allies key 3 and 30% attack and defense. He has an additional 58% when there's an extreme class enemy, and of course he attack lowers 20% for 2 turns when there's extreme class enemy. That makes this dude incredibly helpful, combined with the damage reduction and like work that, say, Tech Ultimate Gohan is doing. This makes him an incredibly useful unit for Kid Buu. So if you're somebody who hasn't completed Kid Buu just yet, he'll do quite well there because of that attack lowering. Heck, even against Gogeta, if you can protect him against those AoEs, right, the attack lowering that he can do through his passive is very, very helpful. 20% on these big numbers, combined with other characters that can also attack lowers, pretty useful. So definitely make sure you grind out to grab this guy. Other ones, of course, I'm going to focus on is Mr. Buu, right? If you're somebody who actually pulled Int Buu and you can run the Buu team, this guy is a great addition to it, right? His attack and defense 120%. He has an additional attack 120% when performing super attack. He changes key spheres to of another type, and key spheres of another type to rainbow. He also gets attack and defense 50% and recovers 3000 HP per rainbow key sphere obtained. He also reduces damage received by 50% and has an additional damage reduction 10% per rainbow key sphere obtained, starting after the 3rd rainbow key sphere, with 2 or more rainbow key spheres. So really, really good, right? You could potentially get this guy up to, right, let's say you get 5 rainbows if you're lucky, right? That's, you know, near 80% damage reduction. More than likely, you're usually going to be seeing 3 to 4, so it's at least 60 to 70% damage reduction. So really, really good there. Dude is awesome. Plus, you know, combined with healing, right? He's healing immediately throughout the turn, right? A lot of Buu units, like, they'll heal after the turn's over or after their super attacks, right? This dude heals on orb pickup, so that's really, really nice. It'll help you kind of mitigate damage, right? Like, say you take a big super at the end of the turn, this dude comes on, he's going to help you heal it up while the other Buus on the team are also healing due to, right, whatever their effect is, getting hit or performing a super attack, whatever it is. We also got a few other units, right, like Super Saiyan Vegeta. We're not going to go too much into his details. He's not that game changing, but he's a fun unit to run on Tech Vegeta's team. And then of course we got Yamcha here, LR Yamcha and Paul. They are actually really fun. They're a bit limited, but they can do some silly things, right? They have an additional attack and defense 150% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack and defense 100%. If it's an ultra super attack, they get key 5. They launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack if there's another joint forces ally attacking in the same turn, and they launch another attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. have an additional defense 150%, and character will be stunned if there's a Peppy Gal's enemy, right? So basically, if you're fighting Peppy Gals, he'll have some additional defense, but unfortunately he will be stunned. Probably won't be seeing this effect too often. Now, he also has an additional key 3 in attack and defense 150%, and high chance of evading enemies' attack when there are no Peppy Gals. So this is the effect you're going to have the most often. And then, of course, on his super attack on his 18 key, he's raising attack and defense and massively lowering defense. And then on his 12 key, he is raising attack and defense for 1 turn and lowering defense. So pretty good. He's a fun EZA, like I said. He can do some wild numbers. And then, of course, we get the Int Jaggy Chun, who I'm not really going to spend too much time on. He's honestly he's definitely the worst of the batch. And then, of course, the Awakening for Shen. So how do you go about getting all of these? Well, it starts in a couple places. Number one, through your wins. So let's start with the wins, right? Because this is going to total up the Dragon Stones and the characters we're going to get. So starting at 1 World Tournament win, you will get 1 Dragon Stone. 2, once you hit 2 wins, you'll hit another 3 when you get to 6 wins, and in between there you will pick up one of the characters I showed. I'm not sure which one's which. We'll know exactly when it drops, but it'll be one of those characters that we showed. You'll get 1 copy of them at 5 wins. All right, at 9 wins you'll receive 2 more Dragon Stones. At 10 you'll get another one of those characters, 1 copy of them, right? So that is 1, 2, 3, 5 stones at 9 wins, right? Continue on all the way up to 20, and you'll get a bunch of World Tournament tickets, and of course 1 more of those characters. So 5 Dragon Stones from your wins. Now, if you get consecutive wins, right, of course, now you get more Dragon Stones and more copies of those characters I showed. So 6 stones for 2 World Tournament wins in a row. 8 stones for 8 World Tournaments wins in a row, right? So 8 out of these 2 you'll get, along with tickets and those characters that I previously mentioned. The other place to grab Dragon Stones is, of course, from the score bonuses and missions. You'll get 1 at 10,000, so that's 9. 10 at 50,000, 1.5 million gets us 11. 13 at 4 million. 16 at 6.7 million, 19 at 8.6 million, at 12 million, you'll have 22, and then 25 at 18 million, 23 million will get you to 28. All right, so that's 28 Dragon Stones total so far, right? So that includes wins in a row, and your total score. So you definitely want to make sure you're going all the way through. And then, of course, we get stones for the tiers, right? So you get 29 reaching King Chappa tier, the first tier. At Kami tier, you'll get 30, and then another 10 by reaching Supreme Kai and Beerus. So that puts us at 40, right? The last of them come from the extra missions, right? That'll be available daily as you complete the World Tournament throughout the weekend, right? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then of course this can be repeated for the 2 days, so that'll net you by the end of the total, right, around 50 Dragon Stones. So you do want to make sure you're doing these, and then of course if you get lucky you can get some of these extra Elder Kais for getting things like 4 repeated digits. Now, the extra missions are pretty much, they've all been sort of condensed, right? Just complete with World Tournament category. It used to have other silly missions in it, but they've made it a little bit easier now to get all of the extra missions. So it's pretty easy. It is a grind. It is monotonous. I get it. But again, 50 Dragon Stones, that's a full multi right there. You don't want to be skipping out on that. Plus, of course, the EZA medals that you get for completion of the events, and your placement will help you EZA some of these characters. Like I said, this guy's pretty good. It's going to be worth your time to EZA, along with this guy who you'll get copies of for mission completion, and then of course the Mr. Boo, right? These two being the big TURs you want to focus on EZAing during this celebration to because they will be very, very useful, especially the Mr. Boo, honestly, right? On Boo's team, this dude is wild. You do want to make sure you get him and get him on your team. So, guys, that is it for the video. That is the guide for this 50th World Tournament coming to Global Dokkan. You definitely do not skip out on this. Don't miss yourself free Dragonstones just because you don't want to be bothered to grind it out. I know it's awful. I know it's not fun. Set up a team of full LRs and run a friend Junior and just get it over with. Junior will handle all of the work you need to do. It'll take no time at all. I think, you know, if you're not interested in winning, right, getting top 1, right, if you just focused on getting all of the special missions, where is it, the score missions, realistically, you just got to get all the way to 23 million to get all your stones, which again, with a Junior setup, check my other videos on how to set that up with Junior, get to that 23 million and you'll be solid. Very, very easy to do. So guys, that's it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, do you plan on going hard this World Tournament? Or are you just going to kind of take it easy and coast yourself into the 9th anniversary? I won't be going too hard on this one. There's not really too many units that I need to grab compared to other world tournaments, and of course, you know, as I said, I'm on vacation, so I don't really have the time to grind it out hard like I normally do. So we'll be taking it easy this time around, but let us know what your plan is in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.